Is the President of the United States being blackmailed by a foreign adversary? It's the political mystery that refuses to die. A question whispered in the halls of the CIA, debated in Congress, and searched by millions online. Our story doesn't start in the Oval Office. It starts in a five-star hotel room in Moscow. 2013. Donald Trump is in town for his pageant. And according to a bombshell dossier compiled by a former British spy, the Kremlin was watching closely. The claim that Trump engaged in sexually compromising acts in the very suite the Obamas had stayed in. And that Russian intelligence was rolling tape. Kompromat. The Russian word for compromising material. Blackmail is their oldest play in the book. The spy, Christopher Steele, alleged this tape was Putin's insurance policy. A weapon to be held over a potential future president. The dossier exploded into the 2016 election. It was raw, unverified intelligence. But it planted a seed of doubt that would grow into a forest of suspicion. Why? Because the behavior it might explain was about to play out on the world stage. The red flag started immediately. A US president, siding with a KGB operative over his own intelligence agencies. The concern wasn't just from outsiders. Bob Woodward reported that Trump's own director of national intelligence, Dan Coats, heard the president's calls with Putin and was left with one terrifying question: is this blackmail? The secret calls didn't stop when he left office. Woodward alleges at least 7 private conversations. What was so sensitive the commander-in-chief had to be alone? Fast forward to today. The war in Ukraine rages. And the president attacks the Democratic leader fighting for his life, while praising the autocrat who started the invasion. The pattern is undeniable. But is it proof? The case for circumstantial evidence. A pattern of action that consistently, inexplicably, benefits the Kremlin. The private suspicions of top intelligence officials. A dossier that, while unproven, provides a motive. And every meeting with Putin has given credence to the underlying optics of Putin debriefing Trump and handing him a new set of instructions to follow. Just look at least 4 things Trump has done since the August 15, 2025, meeting with Putin in Alaska. 1. Escalated attacks on mail-in voting and election integrity. Trump aggressively renewed his attacks on mail-in voting, falsely claiming it is a scam and pledging to sign an executive order to end it, despite lacking constitutional authority to do so. And the most shocking thing about this? Trump cited Putin as a direct influence, quoting Putin's assertion that, "You can't have an honest election with mail-in voting." This aligns with Russian interests in destabilizing trust in Western democratic processes, a long-standing tactic of Russian hybrid warfare. 2. Deployed National Guard to democratic cities under questionable pretenses. Trump told some Republican governors to send these troops a day after the Putin meeting. 3. Shifted Ukraine policy to favor Russian demands immediately after the Putin meeting. Trump's sudden pivot, emphasizing root causes of the conflict that align with Putin's demands for Ukrainian capitulation, directly benefits Russia. This includes tacit acceptance of Russia's annexation of Ukrainian territories and reduced US support for Ukraine. 4. Legitimized Putin on the global stage. This rehabilitation of Putin's image, without securing tangible concessions, serves Russian interests by weakening Western isolation efforts. Trump's warmth toward Putin, e.g., sharing a limousine and joking about meeting in Moscow, contrasts sharply with his criticism of US allies. The case against. No smoking gun. The FBI could never corroborate the dossier's core claims. The Kremlin denies it. And his supporters say it's not blackmail, it's strategy. They argue he's playing a game of realpolitik. A tough negotiator who's threatened massive tariffs on Russia, boasting, "No president was ever tougher." So where does that leave us? with two plausible narratives, each with terrifying implications. Narrative 1, the blackmail. The Kompromat is real. The President of the United States is a puppet, and Putin holds the strings. Every policy shift, every attacked ally, is a move dictated from Moscow. Narrative 2, the pragmatist. There is no tape. This is just Trump being Trump, an unorthodox dealer who believes he alone can make a deal with the devil to end a war, consequences be damned. The truth is the most valuable commodity in Washington. And in this thriller, it's still missing. The only question that remains is, which story do you believe?